Hey guys, it's Kazi here, and we're going to go ahead and look at all of the new updates that just hit Global Dokkan for Dokkan pretty much 2. So, of course, we're going to go and start off with the big update, 5.25.0. So guys, what is the difference between Dokkan 1 and then Dokkan 2? It's a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll just go ahead and just start scrolling down. So they optimize the passive skill descriptions, meaning that there's like these little columns, and in each of those columns you're going to get certain buffs. So in this example, we have the basic effect of your card, which this card just has key +2, attack and defense 150, and then all allies get some key and some attack and defense. And then there's other effects on the other columns, like whenever you attack with 12 or more key, you're going to get this effect. Whenever this is the first attacker in a turn, you're going to get this effect. And then for 3 turns, and then after you receive an attack, there's different sorts of effects. We call it for every attack received, you're also going to get extra effects. Like this kind of just like, it simplifies your card so you know exactly what you need to do to get this, to get the full potential out of this card. So that's really, really good to have there, thankfully. We also have some increased passive skill, like icons or indicators. So now we have indicators whether or not you have your guard up. You have indicators whether or not you have your damage reduction up. You have indicators from before, like plus attack, plus defense, plus key, plus critical chance, plus evasive chance. Like all of these indicators are now in the game, so there's no more, oh, do I have guard up? You can literally just click on your card and it'll tell you in the passive skill effect whether or not you have the indicator icon for the guard or not. Same thing with dodging chance and critical chance as well. Basically, yeah, they're just simplified categories within a passive skill that are now going to be way more obvious than they were prior. So yeah, anytime you guys need to know what exactly do I need to do to get my card, just click on the card, go to the passive skill, and it will literally, it will dumb it down as much as it can for you. If you attack with this amount of key, you get this amount of attack. If you get this amount of hits on you, then you get this amount of attack. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Of course, they updated the user interface. So now Dokkan just looks more modernized. Your HP bar is different. Your Dokkan bar is considerably easier to see now. Before it looked cool. I think the old Dokkan bar definitely looked cooler than the new one, but the new one is just, it's far easier to tell when you're about to get the Dokkan attack than the old one. Of course, they have a little indicators as well for your auto battle. These are just like updated UIs for it pretty much. Like I don't think there's a better version, whether you're talking about the old one or the new one. It's pretty much the same thing, just now it just looks a lot more sleeker. But that Dokkan bar is definitely an improvement. Like I think that's hands down the best UI improvement that we had, other than now it actually tells you the percentage of HP you're on, like on the UI. Before, it would just tell you how much HP you had out of how much HP you had available to you at the start of the turn. Now it literally tells you you have, let's say you have 10 full HP. That's as much HP as you're going in with. And now you're at 7. Now it tells you next to your full HP bar that you have 70% HP. I think that is absolutely perfect. That should have literally been in the game from the start, but it's an old game and now we have it. The other user interfaces are literally just like when you jump into the battle, it tells you that boom, your passive skill activated. Boom, your passive skill activated. It tells you like basically, yeah, this card has their skills up, which in every single case when you start a new turn or when you get into battle, you'll see these pop up. This is like the same little indication that bosses have whenever you go from one boss to another, and like a boss rush or something like that. It'll tell you exactly what skills they have popping up. This just makes it look sleeker. That's literally it. It just looks cooler now. Key spirits have also gotten a little bit of an update. I've actually heard from some users that this is a little bit harder to see now if you're colorblind. But we do have a colorblind mode, so yeah, guys, go ahead and put that on. It's in the settings. You can also do lower power battery mode as well in the settings if you want like them to be slightly dimmer. You could try that if you do have problems seeing like the colors of the orb and stuff like that. But yeah, it just looks sleeker. Like that's pretty much it. Like all this UI change is literally just make it look as nice as possible. Make it look very sleek. As you can see, even like the numbers on the tiles that you click to get to advance in a stage are different. They're in a different font. They just look a lot easier to see, a lot more smooth. You can tell that they've been working on this for quite some time. But yeah, overall, the UI just looks a lot more modern. as we get into the next age of Dokkan. Yeah, including the home screen is also got a little bit of an update. And then very lastly, they updated the tabs on the event screen, meaning that they have an awakening tab that has been added to the event screen. So before you would have, what was it, 4 or 5 of the tabs? And basically events were jumbled in with the Dokkan event tab as well. Like the challenge event tab and the Dokkan event tab were like together. Now you have a tab that's solely for awakening, so that's where all your Dokkan events are going to be, and then you have a tab solely for challenge battles. Challenge battles are like your red zones, your blue zones, your supreme magnificent battles, your legendary Goku events. Now they're just split up, so it's just becomes significantly easier to do things. In here, we could literally just see what the awakening tab entails, and it has Dokkan events, extreme Z areas, prime battle events. Simple as that. So now the challenge tab that you click is just straight up difficult content, whether it be legendary Goku event, the Frieza event, the Vegeta event, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku event, or the Goku GT event, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, red zones or blue zones. Like now the challenge event is, or the challenge tab is literally just challenge events. So yeah, just makes it a lot easier. Of course, they adjusted some other user interfaces and then they fixed some bugs, but with them fixing bugs, it also added a whole plethora of bugs. As you can see, we got a little bit of compensation for a longer maintenance. There's some issues with certain support items. There's some issues with screens closing unexpectedly. Some certain character super attack issues, adjustments to certain passive skills issues, and then yeah, Lunar New Year holidays are coming up as well, so customer service won't be available. Like these are just some small things. The issue has been fixed for this already. The issue's been fixed. So yeah, some of these are just like issues that came with the new update and they went ahead and fixed them. I think we got some form of compensation. It's probably like a stone or two. But yeah, the last thing I kind of want to go ahead and run through is the Baton battle, and then we'll go through the actual last thing, which actually just popped up today for Global Dokkan. But yeah, we have the Baton battle. This is very, very easy, guys. Just go into the Baton, into the Baton tab in Dokkan, and then just like get the bar down to 1 bar difficulty as much as you can. So put as many characters in there to get that bar down to 1 difficulty and just let it run. Like that's literally it. I recommend starting off with the treasures first. Can we see? Yeah, this is the new sticker cards. They look pretty cool. I recommend going for the treasures first. Is the Baba sticker cards. Oh, it's increased in the stage for treasure items, of course. Who would have thought? But yeah, go for the Baba sticker cards so you can go ahead and get some. You can exchange those Baba sticker cards for like Dragon Stones. Like I would recommend buying out all the Dragon Stones so you can exchange it for, and then you can start working on other stuff. But yeah, just go ahead and get those free stones, and then you can start working on things like, oh, maybe I didn't finish the sticker card packs from 5 and 6 or from Series 15. Like just start working down the line. But yeah, I definitely recommend going to the Baton battle, clicking that treasures tab first for the Baba stickers, getting as many of those as you need to get all of the Dragon Stones from the Baba shop, and then you're done. Go work on the other sticker packs that you haven't done. You know, work on finishing the new series 19 sticker packs, things along those lines. And then we have the special 10th anniversary campaign. This is going to be the Dokkan Now special. I don't know if I spoke about this, but they canceled like the battle hour or something like that they were supposed to be holding a couple of weeks ago in LA for Dokkan and like all the other Dragon Ball Z stuff, because they had the wildfires in California, so they had to go ahead and just cancel that. But basically in this Dokkan Now, it's going to show you like everything that's going to happen with the 10th anniversary, and I believe it's typically like right after, yeah, I think it's that same night when the Dokkan Now drops is normally when like the campaign is about to drop. Like we'll get the Dokkan Now, we'll get to see like all the fancy new cards and stuff like that, and then they'll immediately like just drop the data download. Like sometimes they'll drop the data download like in the middle of the Dokkan Now special. It's very, very exciting. It's a great time to be playing Dokkan, and it's very, very good. It's a very good time if you want to get like, you know, into the hobby and stuff along those lines, because the community's morale is like at an all-time high. So yeah, definitely get into, you know, your favorite Dokkan streamers live broadcasts when they're reacting to this. It is a very, very good time. There are a couple of other things that I'm going to cover in the future. One would be, it looks like data miners have found Memorial Dragon Stones, which if you guys don't know what that is, Memorial Dragon Stones are basically stones that you'll get for Let's see if I can try to find these. They're basically stones that you get, or that we typically get during the worldwide download celebrations, and basically they're replacement stones that kind of act to showcase how many stones you've spent over a certain time period. Normally it's within that year. Normally it's within that year, and then you can go ahead and exchange those stones for we can keep going back. You can exchange those stones for either like just cards themselves, or you can exchange them for what do you call it, like tickets to summon on like really nice banners with pretty much like all the cards in the games. Let's keep scrolling. We need to find, where is it? I just want to show you guys what they look like. Did I skip over it already? There's no way. There's Vegeta. Oh man, how long ago was the... Oh, there's the worldwide tons of thanks. But yeah, the Memorial Dragon Stones, they typically get distributed around the worldwide download time, but I guess the cool thing about this is that since they're getting distributed, or it looks to be like they're getting distributed around here, it would be really awesome if we could see Memorial Dragon Stones get distributed for like all of the stones that you've ever accumulated over time, or that you've spent over time. That would be like ridiculously worth it. I don't know how they'd be able to do that, but they've been doing it for the longest times, for the worldwide downloads and stuff like that. So I mean, I assume it's doable, but to receive Memorial Dragon Stones, like, some people have had accounts for like 10 years. So if you have a 10-year-old account, like, oh goodness, you're going to be sitting on so many stones, like an absolutely crazy amount of stones. So I'm not quite sure where like these stones would be going towards. Like, I'd imagine it'd be just like the worldwides, to where like you get the stones and then you could immediately choose to either A, buy like cards that you don't have yet, or like B, cards that or cards that what do you call it, or dragon stones that you can use to transfer into tickets, and then those tickets could be bought, or it could be used on banners that, you know, you can just collect cards on and stuff like that. I think most of the time when they do actually give us these Memorial Dragon Stones, I typically just buy like, either like, you know, the best card that I can buy, or a card that I don't have, and then I'll just use like the rest as like single summons and stuff like that. Like, I don't typically just run them all on banners, even though I probably should. I actually can't find it, even though I probably should. But yeah, I just think that if it is true, that would be very valuable to some of the older players. But for some of the newer players, it's not going to be the greatest, but still, I can definitely see them at least having a certain amount of those Memorial Dragon Stones being exchanged for actual rainbow tickets. And if you can ever exchange anything for a rainbow ticket, you should probably be doing that, because rainbow tickets are used to buy hits on newer banners. The rainbow tickets are the stuff that we see from like the thank you tickets, are typically what they're called. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to discuss in terms of the new update with Dokkan. But there is just, I would recommend everybody just hop on Dokkan right now and then just like throw a solid hour into the game. Everything is better. The game just feels smoother. I know there's a lot of people on the servers right now, so it can feel kind of laggy, but when you actually get into the event and actually start playing the game, like, it feels significantly smoother than it before. But it does seem like the application, with just the amount of volume that it's getting right now, is definitely a little bit sluggish, like prior to you actually getting into events. But from everything else that I've seen, it feels smoother to play the game. I'm finding myself going back into some of these like older, more difficult contents, like Supreme Magnificent Battles, or going into some of the old red zones, and just like having an entirely new experience with the game. So yeah, I think I think it's probably important for you guys to just go ahead and just pop in, you know, use some teams that you haven't used in a while, go back into some old events and just kind of like relive Dokkan with the new UI. Like, it's almost kind of night and day, because the game truly is, it's the same game, but it just feels new. It's weird to say. It's almost like they made an entirely different game, but ported over all of our cards and all of our like items that we've collected over the years. And obviously, like, this isn't the final iteration of the update, right, guys? We're gonna keep getting updates to Dokkan 2, just how we got updates to the Z update, like, oh, so many years ago at this point. But just how we got updates to the Z update, there will still be new things coming to this update. There's gonna be more UI, more interface stuff that they add. Obviously, more effects and stuff like that will also come. But yeah, guys, I recommend everybody just go ahead and just pop in, just play for a little bit, you know, do your dailies, etc. We have a little bit under a week until we have the Dokkan Now special. And like I said, in the Dokkan Now special, it's pretty much the beginning of the part 1 with the 10th year. Guys, do all that you can. Start farming your stones. Go back and where is that tab at right now? I recommend now you can go to your Awaken tab. Now it just shows all the Dokkan events. Just pop in and just like complete those real quick. I would say the easiest stuff to do if you're farming stones would definitely be the Z battles, because you can just auto those while like you're at work or while you're playing other games. But definitely go down the Dokkan or go down the Awakening tab and look through all the Dokkan events and stuff like that. Just click through them real quick. Click through all those, get all those done. What do you call it? Do some of the challenge events, you know, get some of your free to play cards, Easy Aid, etc. Like just get ready. There's gonna be a whole lot of new of really good cards coming up, and you really don't want to miss them. And the only way that you're gonna miss them is if you just don't have the stones to go ahead and compete. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video. Like I said, there's other things that I'm gonna cover in the future regarding this update, but for right now, this is pretty much what I think about it. I think it's easily already better than the Z update. But yeah, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Best of luck.